tonight here in Dothan?
Oh yeah, I love coming home to the Wiregrass, and we're here tonight to meet with some folks who are standing by us as I seek re-election. It's great to get to be back in the Wiregrass tonight.
Awesome. And now, of course, regarding Judge Vance's statement last week saying that you are to be in charge of the task force, do you have any plans to act on that?
Well, I'm sure you know the governor has appealed Judge Vance's decision. The governor and I had I think, a very productive conversation last week, and I don't have any immediate plans to act. The governor and I had a good exchange of information. Following that, both of us have a lot of things to think about before we meet and talk again, and I don't have any immediate plans to act until that conversation occurs.
Can you tell us a little bit more in detail what the discussion was with Governor Riley?
It's about bingo. It's about where we are. I shared with, I mean, this shouldn't be a secret for anybody. I shared with the governor my view. The governor shared with me his view of why they've approached it the way that they have. And based on that, we are, both of us, trying to develop answers to the other's questions.
You travel across the state, and this is an election year for you and a lot of other people for a lot of different offices. Mr. Attorney General, how big of an issue is this bingo across the state? We know it's big here, but in other places, the same reaction?
Oh, people are talking about this everywhere I go. Even places where the bingo is not an issue, the approach that has been deployed, the way that it's been handled, the image that it's given to Alabama is an issue everywhere I go in Alabama. And that is what I think needs to be. That's what I think needs to be changed. I said at a press conference 3 weeks ago. The governor and I agree on one thing: we need to answer the question. What we don't agree on is the right approach to answer it. I believe if we're going to be in court, we ought to be in court. The governor has taken a different approach than that, and it's not one that I'm comfortable with.
Do you still think that there's hope in this legislative session for them to do something about it?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of legislative days left, and we finally have a bill that is a straight up or down vote on the issue of do people in Alabama want electronic bingo. That's what we need, not a bill that everybody can find something to hate in a long piece of legislation. We need what people think they're getting, which is a straight up or down vote. So there's plenty of time for it to be passed.
Excellent. And what about these 6 operations that open over the weekend? People are waiting for them to get raided. We don't know. Also, the Supreme Court said that Tyson really has no authority. Do you know anything about Governor Riley saying if he's going to stop acting with the force and if he's going to step down?
The Supreme Court hasn't said Tyson doesn't have authority.
Well,
Judge Vance said
there's
that.
actually a story that came through on the wire before I got here. Did you see that this afternoon?
I haven't seen that then.
What's that?
No, Macon County filed
filed the briefing.
The task forces.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I think that's fairly consistent. Yeah. I mean, they are asking in Macon County for a judge, I think, to do what has already been done in Lowndes County. So I don't think that that's a surprise. It appears to me that in the name of the uniform enforcement of the law, we have greater lack of uniformity than we've ever had. We've got Victoryland reopened, we've got Greene County that never closed, we've got the halls now opening in Jefferson County. My great concern is safety. Somebody is going to get hurt, and we need an approach that is going to keep people safe and respect the law and get us to an answer to this question so we can move on. Goodness, we've got teachers being laid off, we've got schools that are closing, we've got drug task forces that are being closed, we've got child advocacy centers that are finding their funding cut. There are lots of other issues besides bingo. Not to mention there are lots of families that are out of work. And we need to find an expeditious route. And if the governor and I can find common ground, if we can agree on a course of action to get the result, that is in everybody's best interest. A turf battle over who's in charge that consumes the next 6 is counterproductive if we could have gone to court and found a way to get the answer.
Finding a solution with the governor, put it in percentages of a possibility of that happening.
I'm not a gambling man.
Okay, one more question. I understand, qualify this. You're not Country Crossings advisor, but if you were Country Crossings advisor, considering what's going on at Victoryland and Green Track and perhaps other operations, what would you advise them to do today?
I would have a conflict in giving advice to anybody other than the people who are my clients, which are the people of Alabama, the state.
So if this is putting people in danger, And Judge Vance has said, you're the man. Why are you waiting for the governor to make a decision? Why don't you go ahead and do something?
Ricky, I'm not waiting on the governor to make a decision. It's just like this perception that I've been on the sidelines. I haven't been on the sidelines. We've been attempting to direct a resolution to this that is the fastest, most expeditious resolution that can be had. So to go and to get into an argument with the governor, if an argument could be avoided, is not in anybody's best interest. It's counterproductive. To go have the people of Alabama don't care who's in charge. The people of Alabama care. What is the answer to this question, and how can we move forward past this issue? So nobody is avoiding the subject. The governor is not dictating to me what we're going to do. I am trying to avoid protracted litigation on an issue nobody cares about. I'll bet if you ask people on your website how many people believe the issue is, should the Attorney General or the Governor be in charge, that's not what people want to know. They want to know the answer. Is bingo legal in Houston County? And that is what we're trying to get the answer to.